The press conference of youth by Paolo Sorrentino with a few legends of cinema. Enjoy.
I said to my wife that we used to hang out together. She said, where?
Oh, shall I tell her? Bien, pendant que les photographes s'affairent encore quelques instants, while photographers are at it for a few seconds more, allow me to remind you that if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand a little bit ahead of time so that we can see you, so that the young ladies equipped with microphone can get to you, give you the mic. When you want to ask the question, please stand up, introduce yourselves, ask your question, sit down, and give the mic back. Je vous rappelle la routine. Si vous avez une question à poser, soyez assez gentil de nous faire signe un petit peu à l'avance. Quand vous aurez le micro, levez-vous, présentez-vous, posez votre question, rasseyez-vous et, bien entendu, rendez le micro. Merci. Bonjour à tous. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the press conference for youth. Quite a few people with us today. As you could see at the end titles this morning, it's a Italian, United Kingdom, France and Switzerland co-production, and the producer's corps is with us in full force. Over at my far left, Nicola Giuliano and Fabio Conversi. We have a bunch of people here in the first row that are part of the co-producers corps, so I will just go with Indigo Film, Francesco Sima and Carlotta Calori. Next to them, Steve Woolley and Elizabeth Carlson, number 9 film, but we saw them a couple of days ago with Todd Haynes. They're there. Wow. And Walzer for, I guess, Switzerland. Guys, stand up, take a bow. Go ahead. Sitting next to them, David Lang, who scored the film, composed the score. Sitting next to him is Madalina GHENEA, actress. She plays simply Miss Universe. And now back to the dais here. Next to the producers, as Brenda Morel, the ever so cantankerous actress, Jane Fonda. Next to me, as Jimmy Tree, the shy actor and underrated actor, pause, Paul Dano. Sitting next to him, Layla, Rachel Weisz. She plays
Weisz.
Okay, well, what did I say?
Weisz.
I hate myself already.
Don't worry, everyone does it, but I feel like today is the day I'm going to correct
Absolutely. Rachel Weisz plays the daughter-in-law of Fred Ballinger, the composer, who turns down an invitation from the Queen, Mr. Michael Caine. Finally, as the film director who is still trying to get a film together, Mr. Harvey KEITEL. needless to say, the real director, Mr. Paolo Sorrentino. You've had enough of me. First question over here.
Hello, John from Norway. Mr. Sorrentino, music seems to play a very vital part here. And you have, in a very central role, a Norwegian small group that no one ever heard about. Can you tell about how you picked the music and how you found that specific group? No one else has.
Io non ho capito la domanda.
I didn't really understand your
No, non ho
question.
capito la
Could you repeat
traduzione.
it,
Un gruppo
please?
norvegese che ho trovato.
Pick of the music groups and the music in the film. How did you pick it? And you have found a very unknown, for instance, Norwegian group in it. How did you find them?
La question porte sur le choix de la musique.
Yeah, I understand, but
Okay.
I don't understand which group is talking about.
There is a Norwegian group in your film.
Norwegian, the country
No,
Norway.
I don't remember to have... Okay, there is the musician, he knows better than me. Yeah, okay, I didn't find it, but David Lang, the musician of the movie, found Norwegian people. He is the genius of the music. I just put his music in the movie.
Thank you. Question over here. Go ahead.
Hi, Rodrigo Fonseca from TV Globo Brazil. Question to Mr. Sorrentino. Could you please tell us a few words about your work with the photographer Luca Bigazzi and the importance of Bigazzi to this film?
Sono sempre un po' in imbarazzo a parlarne perché ormai ci conosciamo da tanti
It's
anni
always
e
difficult for me to
parliamo di
talk about
altro
him because
anziché
we've known
del
each other
film.
for many
Però
years.
ci siamo detti che questo
On the
sistema
whole,
funziona
we
perché
talk
pare
about
che la
lots
fotografia
of
del
things
film
together
venga sempre
except
bene.
for the film,
E quindi
and it seems to work. I
non
think the
parliamo del
photography in
film,
the
questo
film
è il
is
nostro
excellent.
sistema di lavoro.
But we together don't talk
Hi,
about the
good
film.
morning,
It's just
Baz.
the way
Stanley
we
Boy
work.
from Daily Mail. Lovely movie. Congratulations, everyone. Nice to see you all. Question for Sir Michael Caine. Is it true that you haven't been in Cannes for 49 years? If that's the case, what's it all about? And thank you for returning. Talk to us a bit about playing Fred and your memories of being in Cannes all that time ago. Thank you.
Yeah, I came to Cannes 50 years ago with a movie called Alfie. And Alfie won a prize, and I didn't. So I never came back. So I'm not going all that way for nothing. But this time, I love this film so much I'd go with it anywhere for nothing. It doesn't matter to me whether I win a prize or not. I love this film, and I think that Paolo is one of the greatest directors in the world. And the thing is, I saw this movie the other day, is the entire cast is brilliant. So if one of us gets an award, we should all get a sort of multiple award between us.
Thank you very much.
And that's how I feel about it.
Question over there. Peter?
Oh, me? Thank you. Peter Hall from the Toronto Star. Congratulations on an excellent movie. Question for Michael Caine. You make this funny remark about how I think you've never seen Her Majesty Delighted, if I'm correct in the movie. But I think maybe you have, because...
I have, yeah. She knighted me once. You only get knighted once anyway, so it doesn't make much difference. And I nearly got into trouble there because she said to me, "What?" And she didn't say very much. She put swords on it, and she said to me, she said, "I have a feeling you have been doing what you do for a very long time." And I almost said, "And so have you." But I thought, Michael, keep your mouth shut. You're about to lose your knighthood. You'll wind up in a tower beheaded, you know. But no, but she is. I was having, I was at a party with her once, and there was a very dull man on her other side, and she eventually turned to me. She said, "Mr. Caine." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Do you know any jokes?" I said, "None that I could tell you." She said, "Well, while you're thinking of one, I'll tell you one." So she told me a joke. And the most annoying thing is I can't remember what the joke was. You know, it was... Anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway, she has got a great sense of humor.
Question here.
Peter Paulhut, televisione tedesca. Una domanda per signor Sorrentino.
I have a question for Paolo Sorrentino.
Sembra un film di un regista più vecchio chi fa di riflessione sulla gioventù
a film on an elderly director who's thinking about youth, and he's thinking about getting old as well. Why are you so fascinated by this topic? That is the passing of time.
È l'unico soggetto possibile, in fin dei conti. È l'unica cosa che veramente ci interessa. Come trascorre il tempo, quanto ce ne rimane, quanto ne è passato, almeno per me.
Time that passes and how much time we have left.
Vecchio mi
This
fa piacere,
fascinates
così
me
in
in any
futuro
event.
potrò finalmente dedicarmi a fare film da giovane. È un'ottima
I like the idea of
opportunità
an
per
elderly
allungare
director in the
la
film
carriera, quindi
because when I'm
sono
older I'll
contento.
be able to make a film about youth and I'll be able to prolong my career in that way.
Il tema mi appassiona nella misura in cui mi appassiona
This
l'idea di
theme fascinates
raccontare
me.
che
There's something I'm passionately
una cosa molto
interested
semplice, che il
in
futuro
life.
è una grande
Talking
occasione
about
di libertà
simple
e che la
things.
libertà
In other
è una
words, the
condizione, un
future
sentimento
gives us freedom.
naturale
And freedom
dell'essere giovane, e quindi a
gives
qualsiasi
us a
età,
feeling of youth.
se si può avere uno sguardo sul futuro, si può
Whatever
mantenere una,
one's age,
tra
one
virgolette,
can look
condizione di
towards the
gioventù.
future.
E quindi è un film molto ottimista e
This
forse è
is
stato
the
fatto
sine
per
qua non for
esorcizzare
being
certe
young.
paure
It's a
che
very
io e tutti
optimistic
penso
film.
abbiamo.
It's a film which was designed to dispel
Before
some
we
of our
switch to the
fears.
next question, I have to apologize to one of our guests here that I did not introduce. I'm sorry. And that's one of the producer, and that's Gian Paolo Letta. Sorry. Question here. Okay, go ahead.
Elena, Uzbekistan TV. A question to Harvey and to all other actors. I found the ensemble of actors is absolutely gigantic, brilliant. You are all like an orchestra of dear Mr. Fred. Please tell us, how did you tune to be together so well and to be playing so well in ensemble? Did you had a lot of improvisations? How did it work to come to this beautiful singing together?
Yeah. Shall I? In a way, I feel we've always been together, because when you enter the theater, you enter for a very personal reason, and everyone on this platform had personal reasons for entering the theater, and I'm sure they're all very similar in terms of trying to use time in the way it's meant to be used. So I think we're comrades from the beginning, without ever having met. Comrades in the theater.
Will I reply? Oh.
Yeah, sure. I would add to, well, I think that's very beautiful and true, what Harvey said. I would add that I often think it comes from the writing, really. You know, I think that that's sort of the gift that we're given to pour over and, you know, figure out why we're going to do what we do. And that, I think, coming together starts with Paolo's writing, you know, and sort of all knowing what film that we're going to make and that we all want to make the film together. And I do think it is a wonderful feeling to have an ensemble on set and to get to have some fun and play with each other. But I think it comes from Paolo's words.
I would agree with what you both said, except that I think you can have great camaraderie and feel like you're entering a theatre, and you can have great writing, but a film, to me, is all about direction, is all tone management. That's what it really is. I don't know if you would agree. And so the tone, the kind of unified tone that we're all in, if you believe it to be so, and the orchestra that is playing one piece of music as the actors, that's all the direction. And how a director creates a tone is a mystery. It's alchemy. It comes from his point of view. So if you'd given a different director a camera, these actors, and the text, you wouldn't have the same movie. It's Paolo's point of view that creates the tone. I think it's all about the director for me.
Thank you. So, Michael, would you like to add anything to this? You.
Me? I was a soldier once, as Harvey said, and it's a bit like that. You're going to go into this extremely dangerous situation where, unless you watch out for each other, you're going to get wounded or killed, and you do your best to stay alive yourself and keep everyone else alive along with you. And that's how acting is for me.
Hi, Mike Roddy from Reuters. I'd like to ask two things, basically. One to the director. Is this, you're weaving together classical music and cinema and suggesting that both, at least as I see it, are perhaps dying arts. And I'd like to see if that's maybe just me or what you have in mind. And also to Michael Caine, could you tell us which, if any, conductors, rather, you've based your character on? We can see a little bit maybe of Leonard Bernstein in there, or some of the famous British conductors. Did you have a real role model in doing this?
I had two real role models who were the guys who were professional conductors who taught me how to do it. There were two of them. And I based it on the one who was the most flamboyant for the sake of the movie, you know, and they were incredible. And what we did is, the secret of it was, I had an earphone and one was talking to me and one was on a video in front of me doing the movements. So I knew what was coming all the time, but I'd rehearsed it for 4 weeks. And it was great because the lead violinist came up to me at the end. He said, "You're better than the guy we had last week." That's it.
Okay, over there.
Louise Jury.
No, Paolo has to
I'm sorry.
Io penso che
la musica e il cinema sono due
I
delle
think that
sette
music
forme
and the
di
cinema
bellezza
are two
organizzate
forms of
che
art,
non scompariranno ma si rinnovano.
two forms of
E
beauty
questo
that are very
luogo
well
per il cinema
organized
è un
and will
luogo che sta ad
never
indicare proprio
disappear.
questo, come si
They
deve
are
rinnovare il cinema.
constantly renovating, rejuvenating, and one can try to rejuvenate the cinema too.
Who has the mic?
Hello, Louise Jury from the Evening Standard and The Independent. A question for Michael Caine, which is, I just wondered whether there is any sadness at all in getting to the stage in your life where you are playing old people because you are getting old, or whether it's just a joy to be working. And then for Mr. Sorrentino, I just wondered, we were told that actually you tried very, very hard to get Sir Michael to play this part, and I wondered why you were so keen to get him.
I didn't understand the first part of the question. What did you say?
Is there any sadness at all in getting to the age where you obviously have to play elderly people, or is it just a joy that you are still working?
No, the only alternative to playing elderly people is playing dead people. So, I picked, I'm quite smart, I picked elderly people. I thought that's a better idea, because I have 3 grandchildren and I live for them, so yeah, that's it, yeah. But you also, I mean, it's something I remember, I once read a script and I sent the script back to the producer saying the part was too small. And he sent it back to me, he said, "I didn't want you to read the lover, I wanted you to read the father." And that's when my career changed. I suddenly realized I wasn't going to get the girl anymore, But I was going to get the part, and I really did get some parts, because after I lost the girl, I got a couple of Academy Awards, so it was okay. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Inger Merete Hobbelstad. I come from Norwegian newspaper Dagbladet. Congratulations to you all on a very touching film. I have two sort of related questions. The first is to Jane Fonda. I thought of the scenes where you have the close-ups and you can see your makeup very visibly, and then there's a scene in the airplane where the wig is falling off and all that. It reminded me of a scene in your TV show, Frank and Johnny, where you're also taking off eyelashes and sort of that kind of armor. What do you think those two scenes express, and is there a vulnerability or feeling there that you personally recognize? And the second related question is for Mr. Caine. This movie, there's a lot of scenes lingering on your body. You're very exposed, you're quite naked. How does it feel to do a film like that, where your physicality is so close to the camera? Thank you.
Well, it didn't matter to me because it's the only body I've got. And I didn't want to do Mr. Universe poses. But at least it was a reality. And an aging body also, you know, to people who are not old, this is what's going to happen to you. So don't get too smart about it.
And my answer is yes. There is something very vulnerable about an old woman who puts on the mask of makeup and everything, and when that's stripped away, she becomes very vulnerable, and it's fun to play.
Question over here? No? Okay, over there. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Reka. I'm from Hungary, and I would like to ask Mr. Sorrentino that obviously for me it was really about men. So you showed men in different ages, and if there is some of your characters who you would identify yourself with, and was it a kind of self-critic that you are not, or Mr. Boyle in the movie is not a director of women, only a good director?
Sono sicuro di aver capito la domanda. C'era una
I'm not entirely sure I fully understood the question.
Non penso che sia un film maschile, penso che
I don't believe this is a film about men.
Sempre attorno a qualcuno che non c'è, quello è prevalente. Il film ruota intorno a qualcosa che non c'è,
really
principalmente, che è la moglie di Michael Caine, e quindi quella è la cosa prevalente. Ed è qualcosa di femminile.
That also focuses a lot on the wife of Michael Caine. It's also, therefore, about women. I'm not sure, however, I fully understood your question, so maybe I failed to answer it properly.
Iqbal, Daily Prathamalo. My question is to Jane Fonda. You are looking stunning on the red carpet in the blues, and you are stunning today.
Thank you.
And my question is, how you define youth? How you define youth, and how the meaning of youth, the definition of youth, is changing in your life, in your own life.
For me, this movie called Youth says something that I agree with very much, that age is very much a question of attitude. And that if you have passion in your life, which Michael's character does, which the old, fat South American soccer player has, you know, you see him with the ball, he seems old. Bah! Then he comes alive with his passion. Rachel's character finds passion. Even my character, Brenda, she knows what she wants. Harvey's character doesn't. You remain young and vital in your mind, which is, you know, your spirit, when you have passion in your life. And I do, and the film does.
Ma'am?
Sorry. Sabine Schulz, German television. I have a question for Paolo Sorrentino. You were shooting in Davos, I think. Did you ever think at Zauberberg, Thomas Mann? And why did you call your movie Youth? And I would probably, if anybody else of the actors, Harvey KEITEL, Michael Caine, Jane Fonda would comment on this. Why is this movie called Youth? And did you shoot in Davos? Did you think about Zauberberg, Thomas Mann?
No, non avevo in mente Thomas Mann, è stato un caso.
No, I didn't think about Thomas Mann.
Alla fine dei sopralluoghi era esattamente
just by
l'albergo dove
chance
Thomas Mann
that I
aveva
was there,
scritto La
really.
montagna
I liked the
incantata, ma non c'è
hotel.
nessuna relazione.
And,
non ci
granted,
sarebbe
it's the
potuta
place where
essere
Thomas
per
Mann
ovvi
wrote
motivi.
his book, but that
Riguardo al
wasn't a
titolo,
premeditated thing. As to the title of the
un
film,
po' quello che dicevo prima, insomma, è il
it's
rapporto
what
con
I
il
said
futuro e il rapporto
earlier
con l'essere
on.
giovani anche se non lo si è più. E quindi mi sembrava che
One's
fosse la parola
relationship
che
with the future is also
sintetizzasse
a
meglio
relationship
tutto il
with
racconto, o
youth, even
comunque
if you're
gran
getting
parte del
older.
racconto che è dentro il
And
film.
I believe that it's necessary to find titles that sum up the film and hence youth.
It's us two old guys in a swimming pool looking at a beautiful girl with no clothes on. And I think that describes youth. We're just looking at what we've lost and what we're never going to get again. And it's very sad. The poster makes me cry.
Go ahead.
Hello, this is Yanis. The question is for Mr. Sorrentino. I'm here at the back. At the back. Okay. This is Yanis from Greece. Congratulations to all for a beautiful film. I would like to ask you, Mr. Sorrentino, is there a special reason that you dedicated the film to Francesco Rossi?
Ah sì, ci sono due motivi. Uno molto
Yes, there are
semplice, che
two
Rossi è
reasons.
stato il più grande, cioè è stato
Rossi
un grande regista di riferimento per noi italiani, ma anche per molti
is a
registi
very, very
americani,
great
anche per
director for us in
Scorsese, che
Italy.
lo cita
He's
continuamente
a
come il suo punto di
benchmark
riferimento.
for American
E poi,
directors like Scorsese.
Una sera sono andato a cena da Rossi un po' di tempo fa
And one
e
evening, I went to see
cominciò a parlare con
Rossi.
un
It
suo
was a
vecchio
few
amico
years
di una
ago, in
ragazza che
fact,
avevano,
and I
con la
started
quale erano stati
to
entrambi
talk about
fidanzati
a young
da
girl.
giovani e erano esattamente quello che poi ho messo nel film. Dopo quella cena, dopo questo racconto di Rossi, ho deciso di rubare quella cosa e da lì è partito tutto
young girl
il lavoro
who must have been
di sceneggiatura e poi del
his
film.
fiancée when he was younger, and I
debitore a
decided
Rossi
to make a film and talk about something similar. I drew inspiration from this very close friendship between two men who were getting older.
Se la scelta del coprotagonista, o protagonista anzi, come direttore d'orchestra sia casuale, perché in realtà è la figura che forse si
have a
avvicina di più
character
a quella
who's
di
an
un
orchestra
regista. Sembra quasi
conductor
che
in
ci
your
sia un
film.
regista
Is
allo
that just by
specchio.
chance?
E poi l'altra domanda
Because an
riguardava
orchestra
il video
conductor is
musicale
very
piccolo
similar
che
to a
hai
director.
realizzato, visto che
Was
tu sei
this
così
done by
appassionato
chance,
di musica,
therefore?
se ti hanno mai chiesto di
I'd like to
realizzarne
talk
uno, se
about
ti
the
piacerebbe
music.
e perché.
You love music. Have
Mi
you been
piacerebbe
asked to
realizzare dei
compose
video musicali,
music?
ma non so se sono in grado di farli.
I
Finora mi
would
sono
like to
sempre
make
defilato perché mi fanno un
musicals,
po'
but
paura.
I'm not certain that I'm able to do so. I'm a bit afraid to try.
Michael Caine? No.
Your question was, why did I choose Michael
La
Caine? What
figura
was
del
it?
direttore d'orchestra,
Why did I choose an orchestra conductor? Why did I choose a character who is an orchestra conductor? An orchestra conductor for me is mysterious, surprising. He gestures with his hands. I don't know whether it's to look good or whether this is meaningful. I wanted, therefore, to have an orchestra conductor in my film. It's my ignorance that made me opt for this choice. An orchestra conductor may do work similar to mine, but I don't really know.
Question over here.
Jason Solomon from the BBC in London. Question for Rachel Weisz. Rachel, you're in two films here at Cannes, one by a Greek director. Well, yes, I'll do it in English. One by a Greek director, and one by an Italian director. I wonder if you could tell me what it's like to be directed by people whose mother tongue is not the same as yours as an actor. Does it make a difference to your performance, and how does it all come together?
I mean, yeah, they're both English language films, and I guess Paolo's point, as I said before, I mean, filmmaking is all about the director's point of view. And Paolo's an auteur, so this film is completely from his point of view. You can't make a photocopy of it. Another director couldn't make the same film. So it's essence, every little bit of alchemy in it is from Paolo's point of view. I don't know enough about his upbringing and his child. I don't know what made Paolo Paolo. I mean, I guess he's probably quite Neapolitan, I might imagine. Is that possible? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the fact that a Greek director and an Italian director are making films from their very distinct points of view is, I mean, this film isn't set in Italy, and Your Lobster's not set in Greece, so it's just the distinctive points of view of these two human men. I don't know. English. Yeah, English.
Thank you. Question here.
Hello, it's Ninos Mikelidis from Greece. Congratulations for a very beautiful and elegiac film, I would say. One of the themes is about filmmaking and cinema, especially Hollywood. And I would like to ask the actors, especially Jane Fonda and Michael Caine and Harvey Keitel. You have worked for a long time in the cinema, maybe not as long as the Queen, but could you comment on how Hollywood, what was your participation in Hollywood? Can you say sincerely how much is it true to what was being said in the film, the comments on Hollywood and filmmaking and the relationship between actors and producers? And how do you see it today compared to when you started in Hollywood some years ago? Okay. Thank you.
Ladies first.
Oh my goodness! No, I need to think about it. You go first.
I'm trying to think about it.
Answer.
I think the question was working like with foreign directors from the Hollywood, having worked in Hollywood. Is that the question?
No.
No. What is it?
Mademoiselle, le micro de nouveau, monsieur. Merci.
Go on. I mean, the situation, the relationship between actors and the producers and the atmosphere of Hollywood, as we see it satirized maybe in films, starting from Sunset Boulevard until this film. And all along we've seen quite a few films about Hollywood and how the comments are about the life and the world of Hollywood. And you are part in it, which wasn't always strewn with flowers, I suppose.
No, I mean, making movies is the same everywhere, you know? Except in Hollywood, you get more money for it. That's it. And ones you do abroad, you do because you really want to do them. Like this one. I really would have done this one for nothing, but I didn't tell the producers.
Jane?
I don't know. I'm having a little hard time answering because I don't feel that this film satirizes Hollywood. I mean, it depicts a very specific relationship between a very aging actress and her producer with whom she's made 15 movies. And I actually think it's not unrealistic, the type of relationship they have, Brenda and her producer-director. So, I don't know, I think it's sort of true to life, a la Sorrentino, which means it's a little bit of surreal and fantastic and a little bit exaggerated, but not untrue.
Ignore my answer. I didn't understand the question.
I know.
Question over there.
Hi, Jada Yuan from New York Magazine. This question is for the actors. There's a point where Michael's character and Paul's character have to come to terms with the idea that they're known for their most popular work. And I'm wondering if you've experienced that. Is there a piece of work that you've done that you felt conflicted about having done and had to come to terms with?
Harvey, you want to pick that up after you swallowed your water?
Excuse me. Well, the only thing that comes to mind is maybe the previous question and that excuse me, The Great Beauty and Il Divo were very in-depth adventures into what makes us all exist. And it's always the same thing, a struggle. a struggle for existence and how we handle that struggle. And Hollywood, as far as I know, has always been, for me, the theater in New York as well as Hollywood, a struggle for existence that we all shared. And that struggle has many different faces. And in youth, that same struggle exists. It's difficult to talk about it only because what it exists for is not a cerebral thing. It's not a literal thing. It's something that's beyond the struggle is something beyond the literal. And the music and the actors and the words are all the tools to try to find that awareness that goes beyond the literal.
But I think part of your question was about two of the characters defined, one by one specific work, the singing songs, and one defined by a single performance that he was unrecognizable under the disguise of, correct?
Yes, and what, if you had something in your,
Okay, do you want
just if there's a piece of work that you always get recognized for that brings some sort of conflict to you, that maybe it took a while for you to accept that it was actually a beautiful thing in your life.
I don't know why you didn't ask me.
No, I said the actors.
Barbarella.
Okay, please tell us.
I still wouldn't have understood the question.
Well, okay. Did Barbarella stick to your career or to
It stuck to me, yeah, and I am conflicted. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the subject.
Sir Michael, did Alfie stick to a longer part of your career that you would have wished?
I mean, Alfie is extraordinary because Alfie's about this womanizer who's going around screwing everybody, and I've been married to the same woman for 46 years. So Alfie was a long time ago, whichever way you look at it, even the movie. And so if I had to play Alfie again, I'd probably be able to do it. But an 82-year-old Alfie wouldn't be quite as virile as, so it would be different.
Harvey, has one character that you played stuck for longer than you would have wished in your career?
I've been too lucky to say yes to that. There have been many wonderful directors' stories I've been privileged to be a part of, and I find it all to be part of the same thing, a struggle for awareness. That's what theater was created for.
The younger generation wants to pick it up?
Well, I did a movie called The Mummy, which I don't regret at all, but it's definitely the thing that, that new generations of kids, like I have little kids come up to me and recognize me as like, oh, you're the lady from The Mummy, and I feel I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Ouch? No,
Okay.
ouch. No, zero ouch. It feels nice. It hasn't stuck to me it's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a negative story. Do you?
No, I don't. I mean, look, we're here. I'm here with these guys at the Cannes Film Festival. So whatever that's happened, good or bad, I'm here today. One of the first films I did was called The Girl Next Door, and it was kind of this teen comedy, and I was very nervous about being in Hollywood for the first time and sort of how you get, people try to define you, as you're saying, and the character I play feels certainly very defined by this robot franchise he's done, so much so as he would want to play, a certain older character in a film, which is quite an extreme reaction. So I remember being nervous about something like that, but in The Girl Next Door, it's revealed, and I was 18 at the time, that my character has a very large penis, and so that that's been nice.
There's a whole, when you get to my age, like I've got a whole new generation of young people who are fans because I'm Batman's butler. So they all know me from there. I get stopped in the street by 12-year-olds and ask for my autograph. They have no idea who I am. I'm Batman's butler, that's all it is.
And I add one more thing. Another Sorrentino named Tarantino might have summed this up very well when asked, what is the meaning of Reservoir Dogs? And he simply said he couldn't think of a title. And so he called it Reservoir Dogs.
On that note, I'm afraid our time is up. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here.